guys, me again. So I'm upstairs in my sewing room slash office and it is absolutely freezing outside. My son's just gone to school and the cars are white. They are covered in ice. Went downstairs, thermostat was still sitting on 16. I'm up here now, I've got a blanket, there's no heating, like no central heating up here. I've got a couple of electric heaters up here. I haven't turned them on yet, but I'm just sat here now with a blanket and I'm still in my pyjamas, I don't care. So the last video I did about making it last till payday food wise, when you've got little or no money, ideas of stuff you can eat to last you until payday. I got a comment on there and it made me think, oh gosh, I haven't done a update on ages about my finances and stuff. And I said that I'd been in a situation where I had no money till payday, and I'd been in that situation. But my situation was different because even when payday came, I still didn't have enough money. And I know a lot of people are in that situation now. They're working full time, but because of the price of living and the cost of living, it's still not enough. And yes, I was in that situation. Basically, a lot of things went wrong all in one go. My dad got cancer twice, it came back. He had a lot of things wrong then because of the radiotherapy and the treatment and everything. I'm a single parent, it was just me, my dad and my son. COVID happened, that was our bubble. My son was home from work, I was self-employed cleaner and I lost all my work. We all had to self-isolate. I couldn't go there to clean, I couldn't go there to care for them. A few of my clients went into homes, a few of them sadly passed away. There was just loads of things that went wrong and that's how I ended up in that situation. So with all my bills and everything to pay, I cut out everything I could apart from the essentials. But I cut everything else out. All my direct debits that I didn't need, I got rid of. And then still I was £30 short. So I did not have money left over for food, nothing. So that was my situation. Even then when we started coming out of lockdown, I thought things were looking up. We went back into lockdown, it was up and down, wasn't it? So that's what my situation was. It was a bit rough for a bit. I had my YouTube channel. You guys were absolutely amazing. You helped me so much. I was so grateful for that. And then we started coming out of lockdown. My finances changed then. I managed to get more jobs again. I was getting in the plus again. Not massively, but at least all my bills were paid. I had enough money for food and enough money left over sometimes for stuff if my son needed like school stuff or just clothes in general, things like that. That's what happened. But then I started to learn. I had to, learn how to cook really cheap food so it wasn't boring, so it was really tasty. I learned, how to batch cook. Basically, I learned how to prepare if anything bad was going to happen again. I would be prepared and I wouldn't have to panic so much. I don't share everything with you guys on here. When I seem to open up more and give more of myself to you guys, that's when the keyboard warriors and the trolls start coming in, and so I just tend not to. It used to really upset me, now it doesn't. I just block and delete the comments and block the person. So basically I earned more money and I learned to prepare. Now then, like I said, I always budget, and that's where I recommend anybody to start if they are in a mess financially. Do a budget, find exactly how much money is coming in and how much is going out. You want your coming in more than your going out. I do a budget every month, sometimes I do it weekly if I have stuff crop up. It's not very organised, but I have bits of paper like this and I sit down and I do my budget, make sure that I've got more coming in than going out. So that is the first thing I recommend. The second thing I recommend is increasing your income any way you can, even if it's only by a little bit. I have multiple sources of income coming in. I find that is the best way that works for me. So if one goes down, hopefully I can pick up with the other one. So that's what I do. I have multiple sources of income coming in. They might not be a great deal, some of them, but it's better than nothing. Increase your income, get a second job, sell your clothes, sell your stuff if you can on eBay, make money, go and do a car boot, all the stuff that you don't really use or need anymore. You can make stuff, I make stuff, so if you've got that skill, or learn a skill, get that second income coming in. And third, is like you can learn stuff all the time, and that is what I've done. I've learned to cook really, really cheaply, what ingredients are really cheap, how I can make stuff tasty, how I can stretch my meals, bulk them out with really cheap ingredients, vegetables, lentils, things like that. You know, figured out what is expensive in the supermarkets. Meat is very expensive, cut down on that. Processed food and ready meals are very expensive, so learn to make your own. Don't have takeaways, don't eat out all the time. You know, if your budget and that's what makes you happy and you can afford to have a takeaway or a treat out, go and do it. But learn new skills, learn how to make fakeaways. It'll save you a fortune. So just learn. I love my channel. I have learned so much from you guys through this channel. That's why I asked you guys to leave a comment on your really, really cheap meals, because I am learning all the time. I get lovely emails and lovely messages, people just who in their day-to-day life think of me, think how it could help my situation, and they email me these lovely ideas, these lovely recipes, things that I can do to improve my situation. That's why I ask you to leave your comments, not only for me but for other people as well. They might be struggling and they don't want to reach out, they feel embarrassed, but they can come to our YouTube channels and learn stuff and learn new skills, learn how to cook cheaply and get through a really hard time, because it's horrible. Another thing I would suggest that you do is learn what is in your area for you to get access to free or really cheap food. So there are lots of food banks which you get free food. You have to be referred to for that. Find out in your area how you can get, like, I think they give you a voucher and you can go then and get the free food. In my area there is a lot of food pantries. That is completely different from food banks. I mention this every time because people still have a go at me saying that I take food from people, but you pay for that. So the food bank I go to, I pay £5 donation. That money then goes towards running costs. If people can't afford the £5, then that £5 will help cover them as well. And they also save that money and collect the money and help people who have just maybe they've been homeless and they've moved into new flats and they've got nothing, and they help them with white goods, cookers, fridge freezers, washing machines. That's what's classed as white goods. And also this food then is stopped from going into landfill. So I think it's just a win-win situation. There's the Too Good To Go bags. I use them a lot. There's also a app called Olio, which isn't great in my area. Usually it's just bread up for grabs. I've been on there today to check again to see what there's bags of lettuce. Yeah, so basically that's what happened. I got in a mess. I didn't have any money. As soon as I could, I improved my finances and my situation, and things were great for a while, and then everything started going up again, and so I had to get more money again because then I had nothing spare, and I just seemed to get myself sorted and then something else happens and something else goes up and the cost of living goes up again and the rent goes up, or more council tax. They're thinking about getting rid of single person occupancy now. That's going to be a massive hit for people. And there's just things all the time But start where I had nothing because I wasn't prepared for this. Now I am prepared. And so the government recommend that you get 3 to 6 months worth of money. If you lost your job today, you would be okay for 3 to 6 months. So if your outgoings a month were £1,000, you should have saved £3,000 to £6,000. So, you know, if you lost your job, anything happened, you would be fine. I didn't have any of that because I was not prepared whatsoever. So that has been my goal, to be prepared. And so what I do is I put money away as much as I can, so if anything goes wrong, I know I'm covered for so many weeks, not months at the moment, weeks. I'd be okay for a couple of weeks. And so my goal is to build that fund up, so if anything happens, I've got that. And by not having haircuts, by not going out, by not having takeaways all the time, going out drinking, by not doing, you know, going out and buying new clothes all the time, I just shopping charity shops and very careful, I am able to save a little bit of money to put it away. And that is what I do. Also with the food situation, if I've got a little bit extra money, if it's not going into savings, it will go to buy some food. Once I've got a nice little stockpile of food, then I put the money into savings. But I'm always working on that stuff. I stopped mentioning, like, I know I mentioned my prepping pantry, but I stopped mentioning when I fill it up, what I fill it up with, how much food I've got, because I was attacked so much for it. I just thought, well, I'm not going to give any details then. I still have it, I still use it, I'm still using it now. With the move, it was very handy. I, you know, got rid of a lot of it. We used a lot of it and I didn't replenish it because I didn't want to be moving all that food. My sister came here to help move. Both my sisters did, but my second sister, my eldest sister went home, my second sister stayed a bit longer. She was asking, you know, about the bills and everything here and if I could afford it, and I was like, well, actually it's going to be cheaper living here because the rent's cheaper and me and my dad now are sharing the bills. And she was like, oh great, and she said, oh that's good, so you'll have extra money. I said, well, I'll be better off living here with Dad. She was like, oh great, you won't have to hide food under your bed anymore. And I thought, oh, hopefully, no, I won't. I will still have my little stockpile of food, so if anything goes wrong, I will be ready. I was in a mess and I was hiding food under my bed just in case. I had no money, but at least I knew we could survive and we had food. Yeah, it was a horrible situation to be in. I want to say I hope I'm never in that situation again, but with the way things are going at the moment, I know it's a massive possibility I will. But I'm prepared, guys, and I'm hoping now that you will get some ideas and start preparing as well. When you do a YouTube channel, you do open yourself up to these keyboard warriors and trolls having a go at you, and it is horrible. When it does happen, I get a little bit like, oh, not defensive, that I put up a barrier, so then I tend not to share so much with you because then that doesn't encourage them to attack me. Withdraw myself a bit, and I'm sorry for all my lovely YouTube subscribers and lovely people that come here. My email's there, like I said, people sending me these messages. You can ask me questions, I don't mind, I will do that through a private email. It's just I don't go into a great detail anymore on here. This video is different because I'm thinking, oh gosh, people really need help, and I want to share how my situation has changed. There is another lady that I follow on YouTube. I follow loads of people, but there's this lady and she's in America, and she was in exactly the same situation as me, but she went to food banks. I don't think she had a food pantry in her area, but she went to food banks and then her situation improved. I think she's got like 2 or 3 children as well, whereas I've only got my son. She has more children than me, and her situation just changed. And she found herself having to use food banks and everything like that. Anyway, she climbed her way out of it and things got a little bit better. and I hadn't watched the channel for a while, and then I found her channel again the other night and I watched the video, and guys, she's back using food banks again. Nothing wrong with that, but her situation she thought was getting better has gone back. So sometimes we do have these setbacks, but we are prepared, and I am now all the time thinking, oh, and planning and saving money and watching food I have in and things like that. So that's what I did, guys, basically to change my situation. I earned more money. I learnt to live with practically nothing and how to fix stuff myself, how to make stuff last longer. My son came home from school the other day. He'd ripped his trousers. Somebody had pushed him over or something happened and his trousers got ripped, and he came home and he's like, my trousers are ripped, I need new ones. I was like, let me have a look. So I looked at him. I can fix them, no problem. So I sewed them back up for him, and I didn't have to buy him a new pair of trousers. I didn't have to go out. I love sewing. I've been sewing from a young age. My brother actually taught me how to sew. He was amazing on a sewing machine. Yeah, he taught me how to sew. You know, we're so lucky now, we do have YouTube, and you can find any video and loads of tutorials on there. I would suggest that you go on YouTube and learn a new skill. Look at the videos, learn a new skill, even if it's just hand sewing something. My clothes break, I can fix them. Socks, you know, if they get holes in them, I just sew them up. They're good to go again and last a bit longer. So yeah. Prepare, budget, earn more money if you can, lower your outgoings, so live on the bare minimum, learn how to cook really cheap tasty meals, learn a new skill, learn, budget, plan, learn, and save money and save a bit of food. And that's what I did, and that's how my situation changed, with the help as well of you lovely people on my screen. I want to say a massive thank you for that. Thank you to everybody who lets my adverts roll and they watch the adverts. That is how YouTubers make money, by letting the adverts roll, and then we get paid per 1,000 views. Thank you also to everybody who buys stuff from my Etsy shop. Yeah, and I'm just really grateful, and just thanks for everything. Thank you for everything. So I hope this video has helped answer that question. They were asking about my situation and what changed. You know, it's a work in progress. Every day is a work in progress. You know, my work goes up and down. Sometimes I have more work, sometimes I have less. The move has been very expensive. Like I said before, I don't mention my finances that much anymore because I get accused of being beggy and needy and taking food away from people. But yeah, I hope that's helped. Yes, I can still get to my allotment. I live in a city, it's not far away, it's literally down the road. I've got my electric bike. I mentioned when I got the electric bike that it'd be so handy to use to go to the allotment, save taking my car all the time. I still got my allotment, I'm still keeping my allotment. I haven't been there because I've been busy. I've still got boxes. My dad is not great. I don't share too much about that, but he is not doing well at all. The doctor did say he might stay like this and not get any worse, but oh my goodness, it is happening so quick. So I've got him to deal with as well, so unpacking and things like that is taking so long. Most of the house is done now. I've still got stuff up here that I need to put away in the attic. I haven't even touched the garage yet. I have, but you know, it needs sorting. But yeah, I've got a lot of work with my dad at the moment. The little cat is doing great. Meow is doing amazing. So her family, her house that she's from, they really, I noticed it before I left, that they were doing more with her. I noticed that somebody had been putting flea treatment on her. Her coat was looking better. They'd taken her to the vets because she had a sore on her mouth, and they gave her antibiotics. That cleared up and she was just looking beautiful. She put on weight again. She's still hanging around with the neighbours. She's still going to visit them. And yeah, I do miss her, but she is doing really well. And hopefully when I go and see my old neighbours, I will get a chance to see her then if she's around. Right then guys, so I hope that's answered some of your questions, and if you are struggling, that is what I have done to improve my finances. They're not where I would like them to be, and I'm hoping things get easier in the future, and that is what I'm working towards. Budget, plan, save money, learn a new skill, save food, just a little bit, you know, whatever is good for you, even if it's just a week's worth of food to get you through that last week till payday. Grab a couple of bags of rice or pasta, some pasta sauce, eggs, potatoes, frozen veg, fresh veg, whatever you can. Store a little bit of extra food as well. Right then guys, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you soon. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button. Bye!